What if the struggles you've lived with your entire life were never a personal failure, but a download? What if the beliefs running your relationships, your self-worth and your nervous system, even your biology, were installed before you were old enough to question them? Today, I want to talk about negative, disempowering core beliefs, where they come from and how they shape our lives, and why trying to think positively or talk your way out of them simply doesn't work. Neuroscience and developmental psychology tells us that before the age of around 7, a child's brain operates primarily in theta, a deeply receptive hypnotic state. In this phase, we're not analysing, we're absorbing. We download beliefs about who we are, how safe is the world, how love works, and what we must do to belong. And we don't choose these beliefs. They're shaped by caregivers, parents, environments, trauma, silence, tone, and energy. These beliefs become predispositions for life. Now, according to The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, in this book, he explains something profound. Our beliefs don't just affect our thoughts, they shape our very biology. Beliefs influence gene expression, stress hormones, immune function, nervous system regulation. In other words, what you believe at a subconscious level becomes a blueprint your body responds to. And here's the key part: 95% of our behaviour is driven by the subconscious mind. So if your subconscious is running outdated fear-based programs, no amount of conscious effort can change that. This is why affirmations often fail. This is why insight alone isn't enough. And this is why people say, I understand where this comes from, but nothing ever changes. Because core wounds are not stored in the thinking mind. They're stored in the emotional body, the nervous system, the subconscious, and the energetic field. And you cannot talk your way out of a belief that was never created through logic. For me, the core belief that ran my life was this: I'm not enough. And beneath that, I am inherently flawed. That belief governed my life for over 50 years. It shaped dysfunctional relationships, self-abandonment, people-pleasing, overgiving, and a relentless need for external validation. And no matter how much I achieved, it was never enough to silence that inner critic that was always there, because the critic wasn't a thought, it was a program. Now, these beliefs don't just live in the mind, they create negative energetic structures, chronic emotional states like shame, fear, unworthiness, repetitive thought loops, nervous system dysregulation. Over time, this creates inner disharmony and a constant sense of something is wrong with me. That's not who you are. That's a belief running your system. This is where heart works differently. The Heart Awakening Revolution therapy, because healing doesn't happen by fighting the mind. It happens by working with the entire system through the subconscious, where those beliefs are stored, and your superconscious, which holds the highest intelligence and coherence. When the superconscious is directly involved, beliefs can be released, not battled. Disempowering beliefs and the emotions attached to them can be cleared at the root. And when that happens, something extraordinary occurs. Instead of forcing positivity, the system naturally begins to integrate safety, self-trust, calm, worthiness, inner peace. These radiant emotional states don't sit on top of wounds, they replace them. They become part of your main personality. That's not coping, that's transformation at a core level. Every human being carries subconscious beliefs that once served survival, but now limit expansion. There's nothing wrong with you. Your system simply learned something early, and it can learn something new. When healing happens at the level it was created, the whole system upgrades. And when the system heals, life changes naturally. So I want to invite you into something very simple but very profound. Take a moment to turn inward and ask yourself this question. If I had one belief that has been setting the stage for my entire life, what would it be? Write that question down. You don't need to force an answer. Sit with it, ponder it over a few days. You can even ask your subconscious directly, show me this belief in my dreams, or simply allow it to surface in its own time. For me, like I said, the belief that ran my life was, I am inherently flawed. For you, it might be, I'm unlovable, I'm insignificant, I'm unimportant, I'm bad, I'm wrong. But here's the truth I want you to hear clearly. These beliefs were never yours to carry. They were downloaded, conditioned, passed down through wounded systems and unconscious dynamics. Because the truth is this, you were born as an expression of the divine, whole, worthy, enough. So anything that taught you otherwise was never the truth. It was a lie, learned early and reinforced over time. And I believe deeply that the time has come to stop living your life from a belief that is not aligned with your highest potential. You don't need to become someone new. You simply need to release what was never yours to begin with. And if as you reflect, you begin to sense what that core belief might be, I invite you to watch my clearing session video on releasing a core disempowering belief. It's designed to work directly with your subconscious and your superconscious to help gently clear what's ready to be released. There's nothing you need to force, just bring willingness, presence, and an open heart. Because when a core belief shifts, magic happens. There's a list of core beliefs in the description that could help you define yours. Maybe, like me, you have more than one. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to receive more resources for your healing journey. From my heart to yours, with love.